Now, the national anthem of Yemen. To give the welcome speech, I invite Professor S.A. Shanawaz. Professor Shanawaz is the head of the Department of Linguistics, University of Kerala. He is the key senior faculty member from India who has been instrumental in conceiving this conference. Dr. Shanawaz, sir, I request you to make a welcome note.
Welcome, one and all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Let me recite one stanza from Holy Quran. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Iqra bismi rabbikal ladhi khalaqa khalaqal insana min 'alaq. Iqra rabbukal akramul ladhi 'allama bil qalam 'allamal insana ma lam ya'lam. Yani, recite in the name of your Lord who has created man with a cloud. Read, and your Lord, the most generous, who has taught writing by pen, has taught man that what he know not. Distinguished dignitaries from all around the world, a warm welcome to you all. Professor, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor P.P. Ajay Kumar, Professor Hilal Al-Ansi, Vice Rector of Academic Affairs from Yemen University, Thamar University, Professor Abdul Karim Sabiba, Vice Rector from Higher Education, His Excellency Yahya Gaba, the Consul General of Republic of Yemen in Mumbai, Professor R. Jayachandran, Dean, Faculty of Oriental Studies, University of Kerala, Professor Ahmad Al-Damini, Dean, Faculty of English, Thamar University, distinguished invitees for the plenary speakers like Professor B.R. Hariharan, Professor Anthar Abdullah, Professor C.A. Lal, Professor E.V. Song Hayam, Professor Ansi Mazda Zubairi, Professor Mansi Bajaj, my distinguished colleagues, dear students, and dear participants from all around the world. It is my pride and honor to welcome you all to this international conference organized in association with the Thamar University by the University of Kerala Department of Linguistics. It's an international conference about the teaching and learning of English language in the global arena, that is the IT era. Here we are dealing with various aspects of the language teaching and learning theories, techniques, and focusing of the ELT in an ESP setting. As all we know, English is the language of the world, and people around the world learn this English for various purposes, for educational purpose, scientific advancement, livelihood, and migration, and all these things. Since there is a person to introduce the seminar topic, I'm not going to the details. Now let me welcome one and all those who are joined here for this virtual conference. The conference we titled International Conference on English Language Teaching and Learning with a special reference to ELT ESP. First of all, I have to welcome our Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor P.P. Ajay Kumar, who has wholeheartedly agreed to inaugurate this program. On behalf of the organizing committee and Department of Linguistics, and all those who are assembled here, I welcome you, sir, to this inaugural program. Professor P.P. Ajay Kumar is a professor of English and well-versed in English language teaching. He is heading the university as a Pro Vice Chancellor, and he is always helping us, the department, in every aspect of this program. I welcome you, sir. Now I welcome His Excellency Professor Yahya Gaba, the Consul General of the Yemen at Mumbai. He is associating with us, and he will be giving a word of appreciation or facilitation to this seminar. I welcome you, sir. I welcome Professor Abid Al-Ansi, Honorable Rector for Academic Affairs, Thamar University, Yemen. I welcome you, sir. I welcome Professor Abdul Karim Zabiba, Honorable Vice Rector for Higher Studies at Scientific Research, Thamar University, Yemen. On behalf of the University of Kerala, I welcome both of you dignitaries, sir, to this conference. I welcome Professor R. Jayachandran, Dean of Faculty of Oriental Studies, where this linguistics is belonging to. I welcome you, sir. I welcome Professor Ahmad Al-Domini, Dean, Faculty of Education, Thamar University, who is associating with us in organizing this seminar. I welcome you, sir. And I have to welcome so many dignitaries who has agreed to address this seminar at this conference by giving plenary sessions, plenary speakers like Professor B. Hariharan, Professor Anit Mazdeen Al-Zubairi, Professor Anthar Abdullah, Professor Yang Song Yong, Professor Lal C.A., Professor Mansi Bajaj, etc., etc. 6 people are giving plenary sessions. I welcome you all, sir. And we have received plenty of papers. Among them, we have selected only 30 papers for the presentation. I welcome on and all these persons who are presenting these papers. I welcome them wholeheartedly. I welcome the chairpersons assigned for this seminar like Professor Rajendran, Professor Anit Veena, Professor Andhar Abdullah, Professor Ainul Masdi, Professor Andhar Abdullah, and Professor Mossad Sheikh Muhammad Hasdi. I welcome you all, and I welcome all those who registered and participating in this seminar. On behalf of the Department of Linguistics, I welcome one and all. It is my privilege to welcome Dr. Amin Al-Gamal, who is the real spirit behind this seminar. On behalf of the Department of Linguistics, as a salute, I welcome Mr. Dr. Amin. I welcome the whole cabin crew, what I call the secretariat for this conference. Each one is to be appreciated. I welcome you and all. On behalf of the Department of Linguistics, I thank God to make this program a great success. Thank you one and all. May God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Now to introduce the conference, the details of the conference itself, I invite Dr. Amin Ali Al-Jamil of the Department of English, Faculty of Education, Thamar University, Yemen. Dr. Amin, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pascal. First of all, assalamu alaikum everyone. Good morning, namaskaram, namaste, all the languages of the world. I welcome you all, and I will just go directly to my mission here, which is to introduce the conference. At the outset, allow me to seize this rare opportunity and send a big thank you letter to all of you for your kind support, cooperation, and participation in the conference. The present conference has come into existence after much appreciated and collective efforts, coordination, and collaboration between the Department of Linguistics at Kerala University and the Department of English and the Faculty of Education at Thamar University in Yemen. The motive and the core idea behind this conference is to bring the two universities together, as well as the experts, researchers, language teachers, and students from all areas of language and from all around the world, in order to give and take on the topic language teaching and learning in English as a second language and English as a foreign language settings, status, and prospects. The conference has been selected to cover the following topics: the applied linguistics, language teaching, that is the theories and the applications, English language as a second language, teaching English as a foreign language, English for specific purposes, language assessment and evaluation, online language teaching, which is the need of the hour, language and pedagogy, ICT and language learning approaches, methods, and techniques for language teaching, and language and education. Over 900 participants have registered online to join the conference. A number of scholars have thankfully submitted their abstracts and papers for the presentations. After the peer review process, 32 papers were selected to be presented in the 2 days. The conference will be going on for 2 wonderful days, starting from today, 20th September 2020 at 11 a.m. India time and corresponding to 8:30 a.m. in Yemen time. On the first day, the inaugural session, which is now going on, will be initiated. Then that will be followed by 3 plenary sessions, lecture talks by 3 experts in language teaching and learning. Then there will be 3 technical sessions in which 3 language experts will chair the sessions and 12 scholars will present their papers. The second day, which is tomorrow, 21st September 2020, will be also initiated by 11 a.m. That will correspond to 8:30 a.m. in Yemen. The day will begin by 3 plenary sessions by 3 experts in language teaching and learning, and then that will be followed by 5 technical sessions in which 5 language experts will chair the sessions and 20 scholars will present their papers. There will be a book release at the end of the conference, and there will be also electronic certificates will be issued for the participants depending on their duration of attendance as per Google Meet reports. That is 70% attendance as a minimum. Thank you all, and we wish you an enjoyable learning experience.
Thank you, Dr. Amin. Now we have 4 very special speakers today offering notes of felicitation. First, His Excellency Yahya Ghaubar is the Consul General of the Republic of Yemen in Mumbai. Your Excellency, I invite you to give a note of felicitation.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Do you hear me?
Yes. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. You are very audible.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, University of Kerala, Professor P.P. Ajaya Kumar. Honorable Vice Rector, Thamar University, Professor Adil Al-Ansi and Professor Abdul Karim Zabiba. Professor Jayat Chandra, Dean of Faculty of Oriental Studies, University of Kerala. Professor Ahmad Al-Dumaini, Dean of Faculty of Education, Thamar University. All the dignitaries from University of Kerala, Thamar University, conference experts, chairperson of the session, paper research presenters, participants, and all. A very good morning to all of you. It is a moment of pleasure and pride that the University of Kerala in India and the Thamar University in Yemen are jointly conducting such an outstanding international conference in which eminent experts, academicians, international conference in which eminent experts, academicians, researchers, and learning are coming together to share their ideas and research finding on the topic language teaching and learning in ESL and EFL settings, status and prospects. I would like to take this opportunity and invite you all to make full use of the deliberations that will be going on in these 2 days and come up with fruitful outcomes and facilitation of language teaching and learning that meet the requirements of the 21st century. I wish you all the success today and always. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Our next speaker joins us from Yemen. Dr. Abdul Qadir Al-Ahmad will be speaking on behalf of Professor Adil Al-Ansi, who is the Honorable Vice Rector for Academic Affairs, Thamar University, Yemen. I invite you, sir, to kindly make an address.
Hello, good morning, everybody, respected guests. I would like to ask a question. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Thank you. I have the honor and privilege to speak on behalf of Professor Adil Lansi, the Vice Rector for Academic Affairs at Thamar University. Let me seize this auspicious opportunity to welcome all the plenary speakers, chairpersons of the technical sessions, paper presenters, and participants to the international virtual conference titled Language Teaching and Learning in ESL and EFL Settings, Status, and Prospects. It gives us immense pleasure to deeply thank the University of Kerala, its authorities, academicians, and all for making arrangements to conduct such an excellent academic activity in association with Thamar University. Special thanks to Professor Shanavas, the professor and head of the Department of Linguistics at the University of Kerala, and Dr. Amin Al-Jamal, the teaching staff in the English Language Department at Thamar University, for their wonderful and fruitful efforts in bringing these two universities together and consummating the concept of conference. I hope this conference shall kickstart future collaborations between the University of Kerala and Thamar University in various academic activities and consultations. The conference theme focuses on one of the most important aspects in language teaching and learning, especially when it is done in an environment where mother tongue dominates. I hope the deliberations triggered by the paper presenters on the approaches, techniques, and strategies in teaching and learning second or foreign languages will be of great help for language teachers and learners alike. Finally, I would like to truly thank the Thamar University research scholars in India, including Dr. Abdurrahman Amir, Mr. Walid Daya, Mr. Jamil Al-Gabri, and all for their fruitful efforts in having this conference a great success. I highly appreciate the collective efforts of all the members in the organizing committee from India and Yemen. And I thank all who attended the conference and who are present from both countries. And I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. The next address shall be offered by Professor Jayachandran R., who is the Dean of the Faculty of Oriental Studies at the University of Kerala. All the Indian language departments at the University of Kerala, including the Department of Linguistics, come under the Faculty of Oriental Studies. Professor Jayachandran, sir, I invite you to make an address.
Thank you. I congratulate Department of Linguistics, University of Kerala, and Professor Shanavas and his team for organizing such an event jointly with Thamar University, Yemen. The topic is very noble: language teaching and learning in ESL, EFL settings, status and prospectus. As we all know, lot of terminology like teaching English as foreign language, teaching English to speakers of other languages, English as second language, English as foreign language, English for specific purpose. Even we do have an association of English Language Teachers Association of India, which is located in Tamil Nadu. We all Indians and even we Keralites, where the University of Kerala is located, we study English as second language. Even in the primary schools and even the secondary schools up to the high school level, we have English, but we don't have English specialist teachers in those days when we used to study. Now the scenario has changed. Now in almost all the schools, high school level and secondary schools, we have teachers with English as specialist teachers, and we do have postgraduate teachers in Kendriya Vidyalayas and Navodaya Vidyalayas and all centrally managed schools. That shows the importance of English across the world and across the country. And in University of Kerala, we have lot of interdisciplinary studies with related to almost all the languages, especially comparative studies and lot of other centers which centrally functions with English department like Canadian studies, women studies and all such centers are also working in Institute of English. Whereas other languages where we belong, Oriental studies, that accepting linguistics, all other languages, Indian languages like Tamil, Hindi, Malayalam, Sanskrit, all comes under one umbrella, and we work together for interdisciplinarity and cross-cultural studies. That way we work, and I am happy to give a felicitation address in this mega international conference, which is organized by Department of Linguistics, University of Kerala, and I wish all the success to the department and to the conference. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Jayachandran. Now I invite Professor Ahmed Al-Daumini, who is the Dean of the Faculty of Education, Thamar University, Yemen. It is an honor that you have been able to join us, sir. Jamil Al-Ghabri will speak on behalf of Professor Al-Daumini. Please, I invite you to make an address.
Good morning, everyone. I hope I am audible for you all.
Yes, you're audible, sir.
Yeah, it's my great pleasure to say a few words about this academic event. First, I would like to express my profound gratitude to the authorities of Kerala University, represented by Professor B.B. Ajay Kumar, Pro Vice Chancellor, and Professor Chanavas, for their efforts exerted in organizing this conference. I also thank Dr. Amin Al-Gamal and his team for bringing this event into light. My profound thanks go to the research scholars who, with their participation, will make this conference a success. This amazing academic collaboration between the Thamar University and Kerala University is a fruitful outcome of the interconnections between Yemen and India. Indian universities have always played a great role in qualifying our research scholars throughout the years. Almost in every university in Yemen, there is at least one professor graduated from India, either in English literature and language, natural sciences, medical sciences, or managerial sciences. More importantly, some eminent Indian professors worked along with us as a teaching staff, and they contributed greatly to the growth of the academic community in the country. And we are here today extending this collaboration further, taking benefit of the technological advancements, eliminating distances, and crossing borders virtually to open up academic avenues for our research scholars to exchange their ideas and to grow academically. I thank you all again for being part of this conference, and we all hope the technical sessions and the academic deliberations would bring out fruitful outcomes. Thank you all.
Thank you very much to all the esteemed speakers for the auspicious felicitations. Now, for the inaugural address, allow me to introduce Professor P.P. Ajay Kumar. Professor Ajay Kumar is the Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor of the University of Kerala. We thank you, sir, for making time for this conference. As a professor of English as well, we are all the more eager to hear your thoughts. Professor Ajay Kumar, sir, I invite you to make the inaugural address.
As respected dignitaries of both universities and respected teachers and participants, it is indeed a pleasure to be part of an international conference of this dimension on English language teaching. And the Department of Linguistics deserves credit for organizing a seminar of this sort and roping in experts from different parts of the world. I believe that as an English teacher, English has become a world language. It won't be right to say that English is a world language. Somehow it has become a world language, and there are different reasons for that. But at the same time, it is also true that proficiency in English, in using English, is considered to be one of the qualifications for attaining job and success in the divergent fields of employment. So it is in this context we have to discuss the transformation that is necessary in strategies for teaching and learning English. I don't know whether there is such a common strategy for people all over the world for learning as well as teaching English. I believe that strategies may differ from people to people, from place to place, from nation to nation, because learning strategies are to a certain extent personal, and the kind of environment in which the teaching learning takes place, that is also different in different countries and different institutions. So whatever may be the strategy, I think one thing that is important in language learning is the kind of exposure that a child or a student gets, a kind of exposure to that particular language that the child or the student gets. Why this is important? Because it is that exposure that gives him or her the kind of access to that language. So from my experience as a teacher for the last more than 30 years, I understand that apart from strategies or theories of learning, we should believe on our experience. As a student in the high school classes, we used to create handwritten magazines on various topics. And at one occasion, I was in charge of creating the Hindi magazine, a magazine exclusively for Hindi and written in Hindi. And from my experience, I understood, even at that time, that by writing Hindi from the beginning to the end, the whole magazine, and by reading it again and again, I developed a kind of expertise in Hindi, or my exposure to Hindi through that writing of the magazine helped me
Hello.
to develop
Hello, everyone.
a better helped me to develop a better access to the language, its structure, its various phrases and the words and the way it is written, etc. That helped me a lot to get acquainted with the language. So similarly, nowadays, even small children speak English very fluently, not because they are taught in the classroom, but because they watch videos, games, video games, different types of games, where the characters converse in English. So that helps them to get acquainted with the language. So that kind of exposure to the language is indeed an important aspect of learning the language. Without exposure to the language, the strategies won't work properly. Because in India, especially in Kerala, there were different experiments. Different experiments were conducted for promoting foreign language learning, especially English, because English is considered to be one of the impediments for ordinary students to come up in life. It is certainly true. We know that not only for ordinary students, for everyone, a kind of fluency and a kind of proper knowledge in English, ability to communicate properly in English is extremely important. If you are a businessman, you have to present your ideas properly before an agent or before a multinational company. You need English. If you are a scientist, you will have to present your project before an agency. You need a good command of English. And whatever may be your position, whatever may be the field in which you work, I think a proper ability to communicate in a particular language, especially in English, certainly becomes a kind of benchmark for success in that area, in that field. That much is the importance that is given to the kind of access and the knowledge and ability in communicating in language. So languages have become a very important part of all kinds of education, technical education, as well as science education, in all kinds of education. Language is an important element. And among languages, English has a prominent position, an important position. So I think it is very important, extremely important to think about, to discuss about, to debate on the proper methodology for learning and teaching English. But at the same time, it is also important to understand that it is our own experience in teaching and learning that is more important than the so-called theories that we have learned. So what is our experience? We should learn from our experience. We should develop our own theories based on our experience. I think that will help us to make our teaching learning process better and more efficient in the long run. And I hope the papers that are going to be presented in this seminar will help us in formulating a better strategy for teaching and learning English. And I think it is not important to think that we should have a common strategy applicable for all kinds of people, all kinds of nations, all kinds of places. It can be different. So different societies can develop different strategies for teaching and learning, considering the background, the situation, and the type of people and their cultural specificities, etc. And I think the seminar will open up such discussions and will help in developing a strategy or different strategies for teaching and learning English. I wish all success to this conference, and I hope that it will be useful, fruitful in developing strategies of teaching and learning English. And I once again use this opportunity to congratulate the organizers who worked hard to make this a reality. So I formally inaugurate the seminar and wish all success to this seminar. Thank you all once again.
Thank you very much, Professor Ajay Kumar, for your insightful thoughts and guiding suggestions. Now, I would like to conclude the inaugural session. I would like to invite Dr. S. Prema. Dr. S. Prema is an assistant professor at the Department of Linguistics, University of Kerala. She runs the excellent Center for Endangered Languages in Kerala as well. I invite you, Prema ma'am, to give a vote of thanks.
respected dignitaries across the world, I have been asked to express a vote of thanks to all of you. First of all, I wish to appreciate Professor S.A. Shanawaz, Head Department of Linguistics, University of Kerala, and Dr. Amin Ali Al-Gamal, Thamar University, Yemen, for their great effort to conduct this virtual conference. I sincerely hope we will have more collaborative programs like this in future. I extend my sincere thanks to Professor Dr. S.A. Shanawaz for the welcome speech and Dr. Amin Al-Gamal for the detailed introduction about the theme of the conference. Professor P.P. Ajay Kumar, who led us on the right direction as our Honorable Pro-Vice Chancellor of the University of Kerala, is a literary critic and the editor of the most prestigious journal, Literature. Sir, we express our sincere gratitude to you for accepting our invitation and for delivering the inspiring inaugural lecture. Today, we are fortunate enough to hear the inspiring words of the Consul General of the Republic of Yemen in Mumbai, His Excellency Yahya Gobar. On behalf of the Department of Linguistics, University of Kerala, and all the participants across the world, I express my sincere gratitude to you, sir. We also listened to thought-provoking words of Professor Adel Al-Ansi, Honorable Vice Rector for Academic Affairs, Thamar University, Yemen, and Professor Abdul Karim Sabiba, Honorable Vice Rector for the Higher Studies and Scientific Research, Thamar University, Yemen. On behalf of the Department of Linguistics, University of Kerala, and all the participants, I express my sincere gratitude to you, sir. On behalf of the Department of Linguistics and all the participants, we extend our gratitude to our beloved Dean of Faculty, Professor R. Jayachandran, for the felicitation address. We convey our gratefulness to Professor Ahmed Al-Domani, Dean Faculty of Education, Thamar University, for most appealing felicitation speech. Just for a formality, I thank Mr. Bhaskar Palad for our student for the wonderful initiation. On behalf of the Department of Linguistics, we express our advanced gratitude to all the participants across the world for presenting their papers and participate in this conference. Once again, I wish all the success for the conference and welcome all of you to this virtual space for a wonderful journey of experience. Beyond the limitations of space, we are safely live now. Before concluding, let me quote the line from Albert Camus' classical novel, The Plague. What's true of all the evils in the world is the true of plague as well. It helps man to rise above themselves, and strongly wish that we, the humanity, will overcome this pandemic too. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, madam. This concludes the inaugural session. We shall reconvene in about 10 minutes time at 12 p.m. India time and 9:30 a.m. Yemen time for the first plenary session. Thank you all and look forward to